What's up, Wolfpack? Today we're going to talk about traveling and flights and how to find cheap ones and military discounts and all of the things that will be helpful whether you just want to travel, whether you're PCSing, whether you're trying to visit home, whether you're trying to visit your spouse in tech school. And this can be applicable to people in the military or outside of the military, except for this part that I'm going to talk about first, which is military discounted airlines. So a few different airlines offer military discounts. Southwest does, JetBlue, American, and United for sure. There may be others, those are just the ones that I know definitely offer military discounts. I have only ever flown Southwest on a military discount. I had to get a last minute flight home from my husband's tech school, and it took the round trip price down from $2,000 to $400 for a cross-country flight. So it was definitely worth it, especially at that last minute fare. I have heard that sometimes it's no better than the cheapest option. But in order to get these military discounts, you do have to call, talk to them, and they will find you a flight. It's easier if you're flexible on the time of day you're leaving or even the day you want to leave, because sometimes they don't always have military discounts for all of the flights. Sometimes they're only certain flights. You can also check military travel websites such as militaryfairs.com and onetravel.com. Both of those do search kind of like an Orbitz or a Travelocity does, but just for military discounted flights, which is kind of cool. And these flights can be used if you're on orders or if you're just traveling for leisure. You just need a military ID or a dependent ID. Another thing, this is just for military and spouses, is Space A travel, and that is traveling on a military plane. Now this I have zero experience with, so all of this information comes from the internet. Yay! Space A travel is available for active duty service members and their dependents if they're traveling together. Dependents cannot travel without the service member unless he's deployed, or there's a few other exceptions to that rule. There are other people eligible, but I'm not really going to go into that because they're not service members, so they're not what I'm dealing with on this channel. Space A travel, it's military planes. You leave from a military base. You can register, I believe, up to 60 days in advance, but you are not guaranteed a spot on that plane. I have been told it is best to book a flight, an actual commercial flight, back from your trip, because there is absolutely no guarantee you will get back on a Space A flight. And you don't want to get stuck somewhere and mess up leave and all that stuff. I will put a link down in the description bar below that shows you the common destinations and where you can travel Space A and all of that, along with some other information that goes into more detail than what I can do in this video. Just for general cheap flights, and this can be for military or non-military, I personally really like to look at flights through Google Flights. It's not necessarily always going to be your cheapest option. I use it as more of a search tool to see what airports and what days of the week are going to be cheaper. One of my other favorite airline booking sites is Skyscanner, because you can put in a whole month. If you're a little bit more flexible on your schedule, you can say, I want to look at the whole month of June, and then you can find which days in June are going to be your cheapest days to fly on. Another website I really like is Airfare Watchdog. I get weekly or sometimes even daily emails from them on destinations that I have set and airlines that I prefer to fly, and they send me deals all the time, and it's incredible. I have yet to actually use one of the deals, but I do know other people who have, and they have all had positive experiences. A couple of just general flight booking tips: check often for flights. Check every day, check multiple times a day, constantly see if those prices are going down, and if then they haven't gone down at all for a little while, that's when you want to book, because then they're going to start to go back up. Always search for flights in incognito mode or private browsing mode, or manually delete your cookies every single time, or your prices will go up. You're not going to be seeing the cheapest prices if you are not browsing privately. 49 days from when you want to fly, that's usually when the prices are the absolute cheapest. It's also cheaper to book on a Tuesday. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are also usually the cheapest days to fly. Fridays, Saturdays, Mondays, usually super expensive. Avoid those days. Another thing I have noticed is that with a lot of airlines, they have more options of flights if you call than what they have online. which is really interesting. There was a time I was booking a flight and everything online had a layover, and I really wanted a direct flight, so I called and they had a direct flight available. So sometimes it is better to call than to book online, even if you don't want to talk to a person like me. I totally understand, but sometimes you should call. You might have better deals and better flight options. One of the really great options with Google Flights is you can say, for me, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area, so we have the Oakland Airport, the San Jose Airport, the Sacramento Airport, the San Francisco Airport, and if I'm flexible on which airport I want to fly out of, I can look on Google Flights and see which one of those airports is going to be the cheapest for the day I want to fly or the airline I want to fly. You can also compare airlines, compare days, all of that. So be flexible with where you're going to fly out of. You might not necessarily get to fly out of your closest airport, but you may save $200 or $300 off a ticket by flying out of a different airport. Basically, the number one thing for finding affordable travel is to be flexible. If you're flexible with the day of the week, the time of day, the time of year, all of that, you can usually find some really great deals, and just kind of stay on top of it. I check my emails from Airfare Watchdog every single day to see if maybe I just want to go somewhere just because it's cheap. And that's a really great way to find good deals. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Check out my daily vlogging channel for more videos. And happy travels. See you guys soon. Bye.
Squid! Fried squid!
That's squid.
It's my favorite.
No, I hate squid. You're doing a good job.
Oh god.
It's just calamari. Release the Kraken.
And down
Yeah.
the hatch, right? I'm not drunk.
Oh.
Really badly recent.
The tentacles touched my throat dangler. God, I don't want to eat this.